out of town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. Into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest planned info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio show.
All right. Thank you, Mark Robinson and Sweet Sister Mercy. Rob Nadler in the studio mixing that one down, our All Around Town Radio theme song. I love that tune. It's so much fun. Let's hear some more of it for a second, and we'll get started here on a Monday.
It's the Weekend Review. Tuesday. Top 5 are coming for you. Wednesday. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. Thursday. We're coming, who's playing out? Off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Friday night, ready to raise some hell. With
All right. Thank you, Sweet Sister Mercy. Let's get it started today. It's Monday, guys. That means it's Backstage Hall Pass's famous weekend update, where we bring you the best in live local music, bands, venues, and more here at All Around Town Radio. Welcome to the program. Let me say hi to some folks as they check in today. Wow, look at all these folks. I love it. Thank you for being here today, guys. I appreciate you. Glenn on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, do so, please. And give us some more subscribers there. It's kind of weird. I mean, we've got 6,000, 7,000 plus on the Book of Face and like 100 and something on YouTube. And if Facebook ever goes down, oops, I said it out loud. If it ever goes down, we'll be on the YouTube. We will. That's how it works. Rob Paisley also checking in on the tube of you. Carrie in the house. How you doing, Carrie? Heather Armstrong. Hello. Rich from Froggies. Glad to see you with us today. Thank you for being here. Good to see you on Saturday night it was. Charles in the house from L.A. Wow. Well, I'm glad you've... is that Latonia or Los Angeles? I hope it's Los Angeles. Toy in the house. What's up, Toy? Thank you for dropping by. Gina McCann. Happy Monday to you. I know, man. The weather just took a tank today, didn't it? Wow. Awful. Welcome to Ohio, people. If you live in Ohio, if you're from Kentucky or Indiana, welcome to the Midwest. That's what's shaking. Jim Kilroy back from Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. Patricia saying hola. Hola, Patricia. Ditch in the house. How you doing? Thank you for being here. What else we got going on? She's hating the weather as well, Patricia is. The Rockstar Band is in the house. Yes, sporting the Rockstar shirt. Thank you guys for that. Let me get the mic out of the way. There it is. Hi, Marie. Thanks for being here. And thank you for the shirt, guys. Appreciate that very much. Hi, Rick. Thank you for dropping by today. Speaking of Rockstar. Hey, that picture looks familiar, man. It does. Your profile pic. Kevin Cooper saying good afternoon, haters. That's right. Haters. Hatrs. That's All Around Town Radio. Why wouldn't we be haters, I guess? We're really not. Mark in the house. Thank you for being here, Mark. Good to see you play Saturday as well. Jim McCarthy. Oh, and son David. Hi, David. Thanks for checking in, David. And sitting with my producer, Jim. Steve Downey, Todd the Fox. Listen to all these folks, man. We got a ton of people in here today. Stacy Berry, got to keep going, though. I've got to talk about some good stuff. Los Angeles work trip, Charles says. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in early out there. You're 3 hours, I guess, behind us, right? Something like that. Sean Cooper from Milano's. I was there yesterday, man. Let me tell you, it was a cold, crappy day. I had plans to cook out yesterday. Said hell with that. So I went to Milano's instead and had some of their world famous chili. It's great on a cold day. It was fantastic. Chili and cheesy garlic bread. Can't recommend it enough. That's why I look like I look. I like groceries. Joe Cole's in the house. We're going to be talking about him in just a moment as well. Troy is with us. Thank you for being here, Troy. Kara from Prestige Worldwide. Good to have you with us. Well, my dad has joined us. Everybody say hi to Dad. Dad's on here. He says, I'm looking good. He's looking good. That's Mom and Dad in the old profile pic there. It is. Cincy Local and Live has joined us. Dewey in the house, a lover of live local music. Wild Bill Video is here. And George Orr, who I got to see play this weekend as well. Good to see you, George. Guys, I'll get to all your comments as soon as I can, but let me get started because we are here on Monday, April the 17th in the Arctic Tundra today for our Backstage Hall Pass weekend update. Don't forget to hit the share button when you can on our shows. We appreciate you sharing that and supporting live local music. Everybody's saying hi to Dad. Thank you for that, Kara, Gina, and Stacy. Appreciate you. All right. Who's playing out? Last Thursday was the last time we were with you. It's brought to you by Froggy's in Monroe, Ohio. If you haven't been to Froggy's, I was there this weekend, had a great time. And Froggy's got great live local music lineup every week. And you can check out Froggy's on their website at www.gotofroggies.com or on their Book of Face page for a lot more information. And we feature their shows every Thursday as well as we talk about who's playing out. And it's brought to you all by them, Stacy and Rich. We appreciate their sponsorship. So thanks for your support as followers, as we've dubbed you all hall monitors. Last Thursday's show, 3.7 thousand. Not bad. Not bad. 3,700 people tuned in to check out the list of who's playing out. So we appreciate that. Follow us on all the social medias, guys. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We're not on Twitter much, but and somebody talked me finally into dabbling in TikTok. So Ray Renee is going to have to teach me how to do all the TikTok stuff, but we don't know anything about that, nor do I really want to. But we just said we'll try it. We'll try it. It is National Crawfish Day and National Cheesecake Day, in case you wanted to know. I like groceries, so there. And don't forget, guys, to send us your ideas for Hot Topic Tuesday. We'll talk about that at the end of the show, but certainly send them to us. If you've got a hot topic you'd like Karis and I to talk about, we'd love to have you on, or love to have you at least give us the topic. So let me tell you what went on in my world this weekend. And if you haven't posted to our post on our page that said, who'd you see play this weekend, you can throw it in the comments here. We'll pop it up on the screen if you want. And Banks says people hate him. People always hate the light guy. Why do they hate the light guy? And chili helps the chills. It did. It was good yesterday at Milano's. It was great. And Sean Cooper, if you're still on here, man, make sure you show your bosses the Book of Face page, will you? Because the YouTube makes it look like we have no followers. So if you send that way sometimes, show them we do have some followers. It's not just 100 people. Yes. Tina from O'Connor's Irish Pub in the house up Springfield Way. And thanks for saying hi to Dad, everybody. All right. Starting out our Saturday night. Here's what happened. Busy week last week. 2 trivias. Wednesday at the Bell and the Bear was a blast with the things we did there with Name That Tune, our final one of the season. That was a blast, but moved on. Took a little break Thursday and Friday. I will tell you, my eyes just aren't getting it, and been taking some breaks of getting out. But we did get out a bunch on Saturday, and I want to talk about our Saturday. Kind of a slow week in music for us, but Saturday made up for it because we had a blast on Saturday. Started off at my good buddy Hollywood's place down at Pullman Lanes, Scott's Bar and Grill in Hamilton, Ohio. Great music venue. Good crowd there, despite the beautiful weather outside. I mean, it was one of those nights where everybody wanted to be outside, and had there been outdoor shows going on, it would have been insanely packed everywhere that was outdoors, but we're a little early for some of those. So we took in the band Rockstar. Now, I've seen Toy play at the Bell a few times and things but I'd never seen the whole band Rockstar. And I kept telling myself, I've got to go see these guys. They're always supporting our show and supporting what we do here. And George has joined the band there from formerly with Strangelove. And what a cool time we had there with those guys. Thank you guys for the shirt. I appreciate that. Let me see a couple comments here and we'll keep talking about Rockstar. And Chris saw his friends Vinyl Rewind make their debut at Mr. Burroughs on Thursday. Almost went to that. Almost did. And then just got wrapped up in some other stuff going on. And that's how that worked. Hi, Chris Vince. Thank you for being with us. So if you're out there, guys, say hi. Let us know you're in the house today and give us a little shout out if you will. And Rockstar, it's like a trip through the 80s. Man, it is. It is an entire trip through the 80s. If you like 80s music, we got big hair, spandex going on. We got all kinds of stuff going on that stage. And it is a stage show. I put that in our post earlier today with some photos we posted of the night out. And remember, I'll give you my photo disclaimer as well. I am not a photographer. I leave that to the spectacular Ed Sawicki and John Cale and Ryan Schwab and some of those guys who take great pictures at concerts. But I did take a few photos and posted them if you want to go back and check that out. Hi, Danielle. Speaking of awesome people from Froggies, Danielle, one of the greatest bartenders I know. She works her butt off. Anytime I'm ever there, she is the first person to come up and greet everybody at their table. I mean, she gets out there, works the room. She's a champion. And Rich, if you're watching, give Danielle a pat on the back for taking great care of us because she did and always does. And Danielle, thanks for joining the party today here from Froggies in Monroe. So, Rockstar, let's talk about some songs. They did this Joan Jett medley, which I really loved. And these will be in no particular order, Rockstar people. I just jotted. When you see me on my phone at your shows, guys, I'm not ignoring you. I'm making notes because I can never remember. I get home after seeing 3 or 4 bands and it's like, who did what? So I make some notes in my phone. And Joan Jett medley was awesome. Crazy Train, Ozzy, man, just off the hook. Did some Loverboy, a little Loverboy medley thrown in there. Warrant's Cherry Pie. I will say, a little weird seeing a girl sing Cherry Pie. Just gotta say that. But, whatever turns you on. Whatever turns you on. Journey, Killing Europe, Final Countdown. Styx, Come Sail Away. Living After Midnight, Judas Priest. One of my favorite all-time monster rock ballads, Home Sweet Home, Motley Crue tune. Absolutely. What's going on, Pete Johnson? Thanks for being here. Ray Renee, were your ears burning? I just talked about you. You're going to have to, I finally broke down and made a TikTok page. You're going to have to help me. We got to have lunch, Ray. We do. Someday, sometime. All right. Talk dirty to me. Not you, Ray, but Rockstar did that one Saturday. Then doing Michael Jackson stuff and Van Halen. And in my notes, as I put it went in as Can Galen. But yeah, I know what that means. It's Van Halen. And Dewey says we need more bands covering Warrant. I love Warrant. You know that. Spent some particularly great time with Jamie Lane once. But unfortunately, he's no longer with us. And that's how that works. What's up, Liars for Hire in the house? Chris Reese has joined us. He's going to be on with us Wednesday with the band, Dat Band, going to join me and talk about a big show they've got coming up on Friday. So stay tuned for that one. Hi, Dan Marshall. Loop Man Dan, how are you, man? What's shaking down in Florida? Look at that picture. It looks like are you wearing a Hawaiian shirt in that picture? I can't tell. He's down there having a good time. So, yeah, Rockstar. And these guys take a little flack sometimes. They do. They take a little flack from some people I've heard out there about the costuming and the wigs. And I thought it was cool. I mean, I did. I thought it was fun. I thought they did a fantastic job. I always, I'm a little bit of a sound critic sometimes. And I was talking to the sound guy and, when I hear that kind of music, I want to hear those guitar solos shredding your face. I mean, those are the kind of songs you want to really hear when somebody steps on that pedal and they go full tilt with the guitar. I want to hear that. I want it to be blazing in the room. And they get a lot of compliments out of people that say their sound is good because it's not too loud. And I will give them credit for that because it wasn't overbearing. You could have a bit of a conversation at your table and those kind of things, which was good. That's a good point. But on certain things I was straining to hear, especially rhythm guitar. The rhythm guitar thing was a little tough. And let me get real quick. I want to mention the guys in the band and the gals, if I can here. And I've got to look it up. I did not get it copied into my prompter. So let me look here. Let me look and get right to that, if I can. Yeah, let's chat a minute. Here we go. Here's the lineup for those guys from Rockstar. And Dirty Diana, James Banks wants to know. Do you do Dirty Diana, Toy? If you're out there, let him know. And Todd's back at Cats. There you go. Saturday night. I'll throw that one in there. Danielle says she loves Rockstar also. And we're getting to Froggies here. They were the second on our list on Saturday. And I want to make sure I mention some people, though, as we do. And, Dan's still here. He's not in Florida yet. All right. There you go. There you go. Well, that's good. He says they don't do that song, but that would be a good one. I mean, I got to recommend that one as well, if you're not doing that. And Tina, connect with the band Rockstar. They would be a good fit for your venue. And man, their 80s music is off the hook good. You'd enjoy it so much. So Toy, AKA, these are their stage names. Troy Wolf. All right. He's singing lead and playing guitar and doing all kinds of fun stuff, mostly playing guitar. Stacy Berry, AKA Tawny Vixen, on the vocals up front. Rick Piper, AKA Ricky Stars, is in there hammering it out. Rick, I screwed this name up. Grabenkamp, I hope I say that right, AKA Ricky Raven, on the bass. George Iron Ore hitting those skins back there. So great band, and they came up with some good names. Their next show is, you sent me, Toy said Peacocks in Erlanger on May 6th, I think. So if you want to check out Rockstar, guys, do follow their page, Rockstar Band, and I think that's what it is. Toy, is that what it is? Rockstar Band. And yes, they are fun. And they're at Froggies on May 20th as well. So we'll pop that one up there. And thank you, Dan, for that info. I appreciate it. He says he already has shows lined up. Yeah, let me know what the Jacksonville music scene's like. I'd be interested. I've been on I lived on the west coast of Florida for a while, but never picked up on that. So let's give a big shout out and a thank you to the folks from Pullman Lanes. Now, Hollywood had another engagement that night. I didn't get to hang with him. I always love hanging with Hollywood down there. He runs a great venue. But I did enjoy the Rockstar Band, what I got to see, and we had 2 engagements we had to try to get to that night. So as we did, we cut out a little early. And thank you guys from Rockstar for the hospitality, coming over and chatting a little bit on the break. We appreciate that very much. And the Rockstar Band on the Book of Face, Toy says. Okay. The Rockstar Band. There's a couple dates Toy's throwing in. Strauss House on May 13th. So, if you want to see them, check them out. And, connect with Tina there. I don't know if she's booked up for the year or not, Toy, but connect with her. She might enjoy having you there. Good stage show, Tina. All right. Let me talk about the second half of that night. Now, what do you think? Did you guys, if you happen to be out and about on Saturday night, I kind of got steered to Froggies because some friends of ours were there and they said, you got to come see this band. So we said, okay. The band's called Simple Daze, D-A-Z-E. And take note of this one, Glenn, if you're out there. Simple Daze. Hi, Billy McCarthy from Billy Rock Band. Thanks for being with us. And I'll get to your comment there about Doug Hart, Bill, in just a minute. And Joe, you need to talk to Froggies also. Yeah, your band would be a good fit in there. And Rick says he's played Freebirds live on Jacksonville Beach. Great venue. Yeah. So there you go, Loop Man Dan. Check that one out while you're down there. So I want to talk about Simple Days for a minute. I walked into this. First of all, our friend Charmin, she loves 90s music. I am not the biggest 90s fan. I'm going to admit that. I mean, I like it, but it's not my era was the 80s. I love the 80s bands and, you know, all that. And I love 70s yacht rock and those kind of things. But I will say that Charmin was spot on this one. And I'm going to call up a couple of things she sent me about it. First of all, stellar vocals. I'm just going to say stellar vocals. Doing things from the 90s like Mr. Brightside, My Own Worst Enemy, Flagpole Sitta, Mr. Jones, Shine, 99 Luff Balloons. I mean, wow. And what a vocal range. What an absolutely crazy vocal range. And I want to make sure I get the right thing up here on that as well and talk about those guys because we have a lot to talk about. Now, Charles, I can't say his last name. Cohick, maybe? Cohick? Charles Cohick, lead singer. He's also in another band, a country band as well. But Charles singing lead. Mark Coons, I think Mark's on here right now. Mark, if you're out there, please tell me if I butcher these names up at all. Hi, Tim. Thanks for joining us today. And, Charles is on here. Good. Cohick. Like assistant redneck. Okay. Cohick. I got it. All right. Thank you. Hey, Seven West. Speaking of good country music, there's Seven West from Six String Hustle. Says, Charles is awesome. Valerie says, sings amazing country. Rob Wright in the house. Thank you. So I want to say something. I'm doing good with names so far. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. One of you guys throw a link up to your page in the comment, if you will. And let's get some of these folks that watch this either live or after the fact to go to your page and hit that like button on this band, guys. Simple Days. It is band Simple Days. I know that. Type in band first and then say Simple Days, and it's D-A-Z-E, not D-A-Y-S. So Jared Wright playing rhythm guitar, Rob Wright on drums, and Jake Wright on bass. Now, wow. I'm just going to say wow. And, you know, when Charmin told us, she said, man, it's a great band. They're 90s. And John, her husband, sending me stuff saying the vocalist is off the chain good. And Charles, I got to say, you got a great voice, man. I want to come hear your country band. I do. And that's for sure. And Glenn says he'll check them out. But yeah, if you like the 90s music, they're right down your wheelhouse. And they were doing it so well. And I did happen to pick up on some videos they have on their page. So if you want to go to their page, remember their cell phone videos. Sometimes they're tough to hear on, but some good stuff. And yeah, Dewey, you'd love that band. You would. And his voice, man, you would look at this guy and say, wow. Dewey sees a lot of music, I know. And he's a good music critic. Not critical, but he's a good music critic. And he can tell when somebody can sing. And let me tell you, he can sing. Charles can sing, Dewey. He can. And we had a great time there. And yeah. And Rob says Cross River Junction's their country band. Check them out in that. Thank you, Rob, for that. Now, are you guys related to the Wright Brothers 3 at all? Somebody tell me that. I don't know that for a fact, but it just seems interesting. The names are all the same, but we'll protect the innocent. What's up, Pullman Lanes? We were just talking about you guys a minute ago. And yes, Rich just subscribed to me on YouTube. Lonely over here. Well, tell Stacy to step it up. Step it up. And Tina said, love these guys. She's had Cross River Junction, then I take it, Tina? Is that who you're talking about? But I want to go on to say, what I like too is Charles was a bit of a storyteller between songs and talking about stuff, and I enjoyed that a little bit, picked up on some fun things. The only thing I will say, and remember, it was their second show. So there wasn't a whole lot of stage animation going on. There wasn't a lot of show to it, but the vocals and the musicianship certainly make up for that. And some of those driving 90s songs can be pretty much some headbanging stuff too to have a good time with. But I'm not dogging on them at all. I mean, for a second show, I was impressed that they could even put that together and have that many hours, 4 hours of music at Froggy's. I mean, that's a lot. 8 to 12. So really did a great job. Tina says, yes. Okay. Robinson, Jared. There we go. See, it's a small world. I've heard about the Wright brothers forever and ever and ever. So that's interesting. Jake is not related, but we accept him. Well, I'm glad you let him into the flock. There you go. And thank you, Roger from Somerset. I hope we're not having frost warnings tonight. I hope not. My dad's on here. He's down in Richmond, Roger. He's in Richmond, Kentucky. So let me just say this. First of all, I want to encourage everybody that follows our page to go like these guys. Got a chance to talk to them on the break. And, they're the folks from, More Than Zero were in the house too. I mean, there's good music following there to see them play. And they were super nice to talk to and very, very friendly to tell me all about their band and what went on. And we appreciate that. I go into places. I don't go in there to try to review or critique a band all night long. That's not really my job. I like to enjoy music. And frankly, I was so wrapped up in the great vocals, I didn't write down too much of what they had. They did give me their set lists for the night. And I mentioned a few of them earlier. I won't give it away, but I want you to go see them. And we may have more about that band. I'm going to try to get them invited on the show and have them on a Wednesday with the band so you get a chance to meet their guys face to face. And really, for a project been playing only twice together besides their country act, it's fantastic. So check it out if you will. And let me see some comments that are rolling in here as we finish up on that one on Saturday. And Danielle, I want to thank you so much. And Gary saw Swan at the Dixie Station. Great crowd. Thank you for that, Gary. Gary, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, Roger's just there for work in Somerset, Kentucky. So, yeah, follow them, guys. Follow Simple Daze, D-A-Z-E. That's Band Simple Daze, D-A-Z-E on the Book of Face. Give them a like. They need some likes on that page. And then certainly Cross River Junction, the countryside of that as well. And I've got to go see that band. Now that I've heard the wonderful vocals of Charles, I've got to go do that. And, pretty tight band, guys, I will say, for being together for a short period of time. So thanks to Froggies for being part of our lives the way they are and helping us out. And what's Toy doing? He says next show he's going to blaze my guitar lead channel. Yeah, man, step on that. I told you that pedal, you were stepping on it at 50 mile an hour. Step it to 70 at least, because you have some killer licks and we want to hear them loud and proud. And especially then also the rhythm guitarist. We couldn't hear that at all out in the audience. And that was a bit sad. And I'm sure you're hearing it in your ears or you guys would have said something, but we couldn't hear the rhythm at all. And yeah, thank you. That's who you got to see, Pullman Lanes at Southgate House on Friday night, or is that coming up Friday night? I don't know. And Cross River Junction is at Wings in Vandalia this Friday, if anybody wants to check them out there. I have already got a show on Friday with that band that I'm going to see, tribute to Prince. They're doing Prince songs all night at the entire Purple Rain album. Going to be a blast. And hopefully I'm going to get there early enough to get in. That's what I'm worried about, because it's not a ticketed event. It is a free event at Fretboard. And we're going to have them on the show Wednesday at 5:00. That band's going to join me there. So looking forward to that as well. Gary, I hope so. Get across the river, man. Come up here, cross the Mason-Dixon line. Come see us sometime. And the Bell has an awesome schedule this week, Dewey. Yeah, I know. It's like you want to camp out there at the Bell. There's so much going on as well. Everybody's got good music, and it's starting to kick up with the warm weather. People are excited and all that. let me get to my Sunday. And thank you. Gosh, I got to thank Simple Days again. Thank you guys so much. You were fantastic. I want to get you on the show so we can dig a little deeper than what I can do here time-wise today. And a little River Bar and Grill for Simple Days coming up on the 29th. We'll be announcing that one on our show on our Thursday, who's playing out as well. But if you want to check them out, great band. Had a great time with you. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. And Tina, you got to message me. Give me some lead time if you're going to come down to the B&B. I want to meet up with you there for sure. Show you around, introduce you to all the Cincinnati contingent for sure. Grocery Store Vodka is in the house. Thank you for being here. Rob, thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure meeting you as well. And absolutely. Gary went out incognito. Just you. Well, that's good. I want to talk about Sunday real quick. Impromptu stop at Mr. Burroughs Tavern on Sunday for Sunday Fun Day. You're welcome, Charles. Thank you, man, for a great night of music there. What we got to hear of it. I wish I'd have been there for more. For sure. Sunday Fun Day, Joe Cole's band. And, I've seen Joe play a lot. I've seen him play solo a bunch, but I've never have seen his band. And wow, Mr. Burroughs was humming. I put in our post, it's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday. Well, it was a great crowd for a Sunday. It's a hell of a crowd for a Sunday, and they all stayed and enjoyed themselves with Mr. Joe Coles and company. Playing, an abundance of Allman Brothers tunes, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Marshall Tucker. Then went Motown with Heard It Through the Grapevine. If you've never heard Joe play guitar, he's fantastic. His band, I like the three-piece band. Joe, if you're still out there, I love the three-piece band. I think it was just right for what you do and allowed us to hear your vocals and good stuff. And the drummer is not overpowering like you hear a lot of times in smaller venues like that. Sound was really good where I was, and I was in the back of the room and could hear it perfect. So if you haven't followed Joe Coles, guys, follow him as well. He does a lot of solo shows. He does some band shows throughout the area, and make sure you check him out. And really enjoyed it. It's smooth sounds. It's good stuff, but they get to jamming. And if you like that old Southern rock sound like the Allmans and Stevie Ray Vaughan and those kind of things, you'll love what Joe Coles is doing. And thank you again to Mr. Burroughs also. And Hollywood, I saw your comment, my secret shopper thing. I couldn't have been any better. Let me tell you, your crew was doing a great job and served us well at the bar. And of course, Rockstar had them up and dancing and having a good time there on Saturday night at Pullman's. So thank you. And Joe, I wish I'd have been there for more. We had obligations. Grandkids play sports, and on Sunday it was a busy day for that. So got in there for the final hour or so of Joe's show and got to catch all those good tunes that I mentioned there. So check him out, guys, and follow his page as well if you can. And it's all about community, and it's about networking. So if you can like musicians' pages, you're helping them out. If you can share anything, as we ask you sometimes to share our show, it helps support the music community. It does. And awesome stuff for us, even though we only got a Saturday, Sunday worth of music this week. Normally it's Wednesday through, but Saturday, Sunday worth of music. Had a good time. And let's see what he said. Wednesday went to Motor. You were involved in that show that got canceled, Jim, on at Ludlow Garage. Boy, there were some PO'd people about that. Wow. And they waited till they got the crowd in there to cancel like 2 hours later. That just, that's wild. Wild. Joe, anytime, man. I hope to see you soon. I love hanging out with you. We didn't get to talk much on Sunday. You were so busy, and then you had to load out quickly because there was another act coming in there. So hopefully the other act made it. I left. I had heard all I needed to hear from Joe Coles. He was awesome. Yes. Well, thank you there, Jim, for all that. And Jim said, yes, not cool. That's interesting. That's a whole nother topic. It is. And I don't know of anybody doing a Ted Nugent tribute band right now, Gary. I don't. If anybody knows anybody doing a Ted Nugent tribute, all I got to say is watch JD Legend's page or Blue Note. One of the two. If it's out there and it's any good, they'll have them. They will. So I don't know. Ted's on his last tour, I hear. That's what he's telling people. But Kiss has been saying that for 12 years. So who knows? Wow, 3 hours. That's amazing. And Joe said he did show up and helped him with setup a little. Well, thank you, Joe. That was nice of you to take care of that. Mr. Burroughs, a nice venue. We enjoy being there on Tuesdays for trivia and such. And Chris said he saw a video of the Ludlow fiasco. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that same thing. That's a good excuse, I guess, but who knows? I wasn't there, so I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. We appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like button on our page and follow us on all the other social media if you can. We'd appreciate you doing that. You can find us on YouTube at Hall Around Town, on Instagram at Hall Around Town Radio, and then, of course, Twitter and all the others out there, Hall Around Town Radio on Twitter and now on TikTok. Remember, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and don't necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they represent. That's my disclaimer. Hey, you know what tomorrow is? Your opinion matters. Karis and Scott joining you tomorrow with Hot Topic Tuesday. Think you want to be here for that one? We'll reveal the topic tomorrow on our page. Watch for it to pop up. If you have any hot topic ideas, though, you can hit our DMs and let us know. We'll be glad to bring those up. That's happening tomorrow. Wednesday, Dat Band joining me on Wednesday with the band. Of course, Thursday, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe. If you're a musician and you're watching today and you would like your gigs featured on our list that is also printed in the Warren County Post, please send them to us via Messenger, or we'll get you involved in one of our gig groups and have you join us for Who's Playing Out each week and talk about your gigs and where you're playing for the weekend. Thank you, Chris Reese. Appreciate you. Glenn, thank you so much for being here. Glenn's a diehard YouTuber with us. Thank you so much for being here every day. And Dewey, thank you so much. And yeah, that's my weekend recap. And, you know, we put out on the page again today, anybody that wants to join us anytime on Mondays and be a co-host, tell us about a show you got to see. I would have loved to have you on. That way I don't talk the whole time. Thank you, Danielle, and thank you, Froggies. Danielle at Froggies, man. She does a great job. Stop and see her sometime. She'll take good care of you there, and so will Rich and Stacy. Great music venue, guys, and they've been a supporter of Hall Around Town Radio forever. Toy, thank you, and Rockstar, thank you for being here. Bill, Wow Bill Video, guys, check his videos out on YouTube. He videos all over the place, and some of them are also on my personal page, if you'll check that out. And again, I remind you, if you tag me in something and it doesn't show up on my personal page, I've been hammered by the Book of Face, so I have to slow those down a little bit. One day I got tagged in, I think it was 20 something. They sent me 22 things, and they thought I was some sort of spam bot thing going on or whatever. So I have to be careful with that. So it'll get on. It'll just be timed over a period of time, and I'll pop it up on my page. So thank you so much. Thanks, Sean Cooper from Milano's. Appreciate you. Cincy Local and Live. Thank you so much. Yes, we need to link together for sure. And yes, Rockstar, thank you. Good to have you with us. Gary, thank you so much. He says rock and roll all night and party every day. That's a good theme. And get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you, people. We're going to get out of here in just a moment. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
This is Kathy Laverty from the Bell and the Bear Jam. And when I look for local music, I tune in to Hall Around Town Radio.